It's the Binge Bum Podcast. Whoa, it's time to talk about our favorite shows from all the streaming networks all across the globe, from Netflix to Hulu to Disney Plus and HBO. Get ready for fun and lots of show reviews. It's Binge Bum coming to you.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Binge Bum Podcast. I'm Dale.
I'm Scott.
And it's Saturday, April 3rd. You know what that means.
It means it's Easter weekend.
And we're a day late.
We are
That's what I was getting to.
we are a day late. We
Yes.
are a day late. I'm sorry about that.
We're recovering from our week off because we had a lot of damn fun.
We needed
it.
We went on our first vacation of the last 18 months.
Man, it was so nice and worth it. I've never been happier to be on an airplane.
It was
in
neither
my life.
neither one of us got COVID.
No.
We went to Vegas for a whole week, Las Vegas, and we're around tons of people all the time.
I'll tell you what, if there was ever indication of a pandemic, Las Vegas is not where you want to be.
Right. Well, it actually worked out good. We wore our masks all the time. We were very safe.
We met our friends. It was nice to see everyone.
Everyone that we used to live near. Yeah.
Exactly.
And they like streaming video.
They do.
So do we.
Yeah. So let's get back to it. We had a week off. We're back to the news. You ready? This is all for you because this is your jam.
Listen, there's tons and tons of news this week, and I'm very excited about literally everything we're going to talk about today. But first,
This is going to be a fun episode.
Yeah. First up, Netflix has announced that they have bought Knives Out 2 and 3.
Yes.
So you guys remember from last year, Knives Out was one of the biggest movies of the year. It was released normally, and then, of course, it played on streaming video after that. Netflix has paid over $400 million. I read $450 million for the combined movies.
The actual amount is only estimated and what people think what they've paid based on what it cost to make the first film and what it grossed.
So there's no actual.
So there's no final actual number. It's all guesses and hypothesis.
Right. So the first film cost.
I don't think I've used that word since high school.
Maybe not, and maybe you didn't use it right. But
Yeah.
the first film cost about $40 million to make, and it grossed over $311 million.
Wow.
Worldwide. So I guess Netflix knows what they're doing. But here's the thing. So they're bringing back Daniel Craig. He is, of course, our current James Bond. He's going to be coming out later this year with his final movie as James Bond. But he plays Benoit Blanc.
Benoit Blanc.
I love that
I like
name.
that name.
And he was so good in that with his kind of southern accent. And
Yes.
he kind of reminds me of an old Agatha Christie type
Yes.
sleuth.
I can see
right?
that. Yes.
Now, the original movie starred Chris Evans, Jamie Lee Curtis, Toni Collette, Christopher Plummer, who just died a few months ago.
Was this his last movie?
I think it
so.
was his last movie, you're right.
Yeah.
None of them are back. The only one that is confirmed is Daniel Craig as
Well, they
the
shouldn't be
lead
back.
character.
I'm hoping that if this continues, that it's a new story each time. That would be fun.
Well, Jamie Lee Curtis already did an Instagram update and said we're not involved. It's just Craig, so he'll be back. And of course, Rian Johnson is the director. He's coming back for the next two movies.
Is it not Rian Johnson?
Is it?
I believe it is.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, the sequel will begin shooting June 28th in Greece. Casting is now ongoing, so I wonder if they'll do them back to back. Dun, 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 just
Yes. So that way we don't have to wait, because I thoroughly enjoyed the first one, but did it not remind you of that murder mystery train movie?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Agatha Christie.
It was
Murder on the Orient Express.
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's exactly what this reminded me of.
And it is a very great movie. And if you guys haven't seen Knives Out, the original one, go watch it this weekend.
Love it. Hey, big news for Peacock, and God knows Peacock needs it. And there's some more.
What is wrong with you? Why are you always shitting on Peacock?
I know, but
there's nothing wrong with Peacock. They've got tons and tons of content. It's just not new content.
They have tons and tons of content, but not original content that they need to make for the streamer to make it worthwhile to pay the money.
Could be changing soon.
It's going to be changing soon, I think. Will Forte is going to start a new suicide drama for Peacock. Will Forte from Last Man on Earth. He's also reviving, I didn't know this until I started looking into this story a little deeper. He's reviving MacGruber. Do you remember this? It's kind of,
Well, of course.
it's like MacGyver, but just a comedic take.
Well, it's from Saturday Night Live.
Yes,
'cause he
exactly.
Originally was on Saturday Night Live, and he did that character on that show.
Yes,
and this
like
was
it's America's ultimate hero.
Yeah, that was announced earlier that MacGruber was coming to Peacock.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to be in a new show called Expiration Date. It centers around character Robin, who is Will Forte, who is consumed by grief and finds a life insurance policy that covers suicides. And as long as the individual doesn't carry out the deed, within 1 year, he'll get paid. And so the show will focus on how this Robin will spend his final 12 months.
Right. So
I'm kind of digging it.
Yeah, so apparently Will Forte is the most working actor in Hollywood since he has 3 different productions that he's involved in right now. He's good. This will be fun. I mean, this is not a new concept. This has been done several times.
Yeah.
Queen Latifah has done something very similar. It's been done a couple times in series and movies. But
I know that movie you're talking about, and I like that. It was Last Holiday.
Last Holiday. Yeah,
I do
Which you
like
think
that.
she's dying, and of course she wasn't.
Exactly.
But, so just gave it away.
Well, that's so old. People should know that by now.
Right.
Oh, God. It has the big news. Disney Plus, basically what has been dubbed the summer released shuffle. They announced Tuesday that Cruella and Black Widow will, in fact, come to DC Plus. They were originally planned for a theatrical release only. However, and I know some people hate this, that they are going to be what Disney Plus calls Premier Access. So you have to be a subscriber, and then you're going to pay more on top of that. I believe that Raya, The Last Dragon, which was their most recent theatrical and Disney Plus release, was $29.95 to rent.
They also did that with Mulan.
They did, yeah. That was much earlier. That was last year.
Right.
So it's going to be Premier Access. Cruella, starring Emma Stone, will premiere May 28th, and Black Widow, starring Scarlett Johansson, will premiere July 9th.
Well, let me tell you, I've seen the first trailer for Cruella with Emma Stone, and she is amazing in it.
Yeah.
Or she looks like she's going to be amazing.
I love her.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a fun story. And of course, Black Widow is nothing new for Scarlett Johansson. She's done it before in some of the other movies. So, but this is her first standalone, I believe, as the character.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's coming in July. Looking forward to both. I don't know, Dale. I don't know if we're going to pay the update or if we'll just wait until it's been out for a while and then we'll watch it.
I think I'll wait till it leaves Premier Access, goes to video on demand, and wait for it to come back to Disney Plus.
Yeah.
To be able to watch it.
Yeah, because neither one of these are like something I need to watch on
They
day
don't stick
one.
out to me that I want to absolutely want to be involved with and are afraid of someone spilling the beans.
Yeah. At this point in my life, I don't feel like I need to watch anything on day one. I'll watch it eventually. You just have to be careful.
You're telling me, wait a minute. You're telling me
Except
that
for James Bond.
James Bond, that's exactly where I was going.
Except for James Bond and Star Wars.
You would pay the $30 to
I don't know. I mean, I could get a bottle of Sky vodka, or I could watch the movie on the day it comes out. I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah,
we'll
all right,
figure
we'll
it
see.
out.
And lastly, if you are a Disney animation fan, Luca, which is their new animation film, will actually skip theaters in its entirety and go directly to Disney Plus, which is rumored to likely not be Premier Access.
I don't know anything about Luca. It makes me think of that song, My Name is Luca.
Yeah, Luca, from what I understand, I'm not an animation fan either. I don't watch them, but I believe this falls along the lines of Soul. Their previous big animation.
Yeah, well, Soul is
film.
amazing, and that one, the Day of the Dead one. What was that one called? That was phenomenal.
Yeah, we watched that. Pixar is. I tell you what, if Disney made a great purchase with Pixar.
Oh, that was one of their best purchases ever.
It was fantastic. NBCUniversal. This is where we were talking about where Peacock could up their game. They haven't done it, but they are considering not renewing their deal with HBO Max and Netflix.
Well, it makes sense.
Yeah. What does this mean? So Universal currently has a deal with HBO Max and Netflix. HBO Max for feature films, Netflix for animation films. Doing this would allow them to bolster Peacock like tremendously, put them on a really good level floor with the Netflixes, the HBO Max, the Disney Pluses, all that stuff. Because they absolutely need it.
This makes sense, and this is what they're all going to be doing eventually. And it's going to take a couple years for all of these deals that everyone has in place to fall apart, or not fall apart, but run their course. And then everyone's just going to have their content available on their own streaming services.
Right.
So this makes sense, and I think this is the future of streaming.
But here's the thing. Once I'm going to follow this story, I'm going to see where they decide, because the decision will ultimately let all of us know how much faith they have in Peacock.
Right.
Because I have this. The current deals generate hundreds of millions of dollars a year for NBC.
Right. For Universal.
Right?
Yeah.
That's a hard thing to swallow when you're considering this move, but
if they want to up their subscriber base on Peacock, then they need to have that content there. Right now, they have about 33 million accounts on Peacock right now, a combination of both free and paid.
Right.
If they want to bolster that and get it up to the numbers that Netflix has and that Disney has, they're going to have to do this. They're going to have to bring their products back to being only exclusive to their own streaming service.
I totally agree. Disney made this decision about a year ago by not renewing with Netflix. Look where they are. Right. However, with that said, is that you just can't take these handful of what kind of trickles through the year to put them on your platform. You have to invest in original programming.
Right.
You got to keep people wanting to pay for your service.
I think they've heard you, Dale. I think they know that they need to get on the bandwagon on that. Yeah.
I don't need to say it again.
Well, you can say it again if you want, but
no, I don't need to say it again.
Dead horse. Streaming subscriptions in the U.S. grew 32%.
I'm not surprised at all.
To 308.6 million. That's according to the Motion Picture Association of America. I think this is great. The Motion Picture Association of America is probably not excited about this because people are going to be staying out of the theaters.
Exactly.
If more and more people are spending their hard-earned cash on streaming subscriptions, like Dale and I, who have every single one that you could possibly have. Yes. Although I don't think we have the AMC one.
No, and I can go into another rant about that. It's currently not worth it.
Okay. There's just not enough there.
Currently not worth it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's currently not worth it because Dale and I are really kind of souring on the Walking Dead franchise.
That's one of their biggest draws.
I think maybe they've overdone it. Not overdone it, but it's also getting boring.
It's getting boring. One of their biggest draws is you can get some early access to on Sundays when those episodes drop. I do know that with AMC Plus, you do get access to Shudder automatically, another streaming network. There's just not enough there for me to. Everything I can get on cable, except for Shudder.
Do you know how much it is?
It's
AMC Plus.
It's more than $5.
Okay.
It's more in the $10 range.
Well, I don't need to watch the shows early.
And if you have cable, right?
Yeah.
And you don't know anything about Shudder, you just skip AMC Plus, subscribe to Shudder for $4.99.
Right.
And be happy with
Shudder
what
has
you get.
all the kind of horror.
It's all horror based.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. We haven't deep dived into that. I don't think I can add another network because I'm busy now keeping up with the 10 that we have.
No, we can't even keep up with what we want to watch.
Yeah. But Shudder is fun. If you're a horror fan, Shudder's fun.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So globally, 1.1 billion subscriptions generating over $61.8 billion in revenue. So streaming's the future, people.
Cable's dead, man.
Streaming is the future. I mean, that's why we're doing this podcast.
Exactly. And before we go into our next segment, we have one final PSA, Godzilla vs. Kong. This is just a friendly reminder that you have through April 30th to watch Godzilla vs. Kong HBO Max before it goes VOD, which means you'll have to rent it. We've watched it. I didn't put it in this week's episode just because it's new. It came out on the 31st, and we'll have a review for everyone next week.
I was really excited to give everyone my review of it because we just watched it last night.
I know.
And I really enjoyed it.
But it came out on the 31st. I think we need to give some people another week to watch it.
It doesn't suck.
It doesn't suck. We'll tell you that, yeah.
All right.
We have some new show announcements for you. And if you didn't know, we have a lot. Yes, exactly. Believe it or not, April 1st is Earth Month.
Earth Month.
I didn't know that.
Well, Earth Day is in April.
Yes, but now it's a month.
April 22nd. Now it's a whole month.
Now it's a whole month.
Everything gets a month.
Yeah.
Breast cancer, black people, everybody. Everybody gets a month.
Everybody gets a month.
Yeah.
I like it. Discovery Plus is really going all in this month, and I have a couple of cool documentaries from Discovery Plus. The first one we're going to talk about is Expedition Deep Ocean. It premiered April 1st. It chronicles explorer Victor Vescovo's mission to descend to the bottom of all 5 of the world's oceans.
We have 5 oceans?
Yes.
I've only seen 4.
4? Oh, see, no.
Atlantic, Pacific. I don't know. I don't even know what they all
That's
are.
2. All right, we're not going to get into that. That's a high school lesson. That's on another podcast.
Okay.
The next one is the First to the Top of the World. This explores a true story of 5 guys who took on a 500-mile journey across the polar ice cap to the North Pole in 1968.
This drops on April 8th, which is a couple days from now. And I don't like cold things. It makes me, who wants to go to the polar ice cap?
No, I don't want to at all.
But it's kind of impressive that they did in 1968.
That
was a year before it went to the moon?
Yeah, that I think that's what makes this more impressive is that the year and that they've did it. Up next is The Swim, coming out April 15th. It follows
Tax Day.
Yeah.
Although not this year.
No, not this year.
Oh.
Follows long distance swimmer Ben LeCompte as he embarks on a historic 5,000-mile long swim across the Pacific Ocean.
No.
I
don't understand things like this.
There's a lot of sharks over there.
This is like someone circumnavigating the Earth in a tiny little 22-foot sailboat. I don't understand why you want to do stuff like this.
But he's swimming.
I know. This is stupid. I don't. All of these things I hate. I hate these kind of things.
But they're doing good things.
Well, he's bringing awareness to ocean health, which is very important because, most of the world is ocean, right? And we need to take care of it. And we're doing horrible things to it with plastic and oil and horrible things.
Yeah, all those things.
So it's good that he's bringing this to all of our, enlighten all of us.
Exactly.
But I wouldn't do it.
There's nothing bad.
I can't even swim across a pool.
I don't like it. I don't like the ocean.
I don't like
That's why I'm not a beach person.
I like being on top of the ocean, not in it.
I don't want to be in it.
No.
Up next on Earth Day, April 22nd on Discovery Plus, again, follows, it's called Endangered. It follows wildlife conservationists across the globe as they work to compile the latest version of quote unquote the Red List, which is a comprehensive record of the state of the world's wildlife, and it's produced and narrated by Ellen DeGeneres.
Well, she signed a multi-year deal with Discovery Plus before all the shit hit the fan to produce natural history content for the network.
Yeah.
I wonder if Discovery Plus is still happy about that. She is getting very, very horrible bad press, and her talk show has tanked on syndication of late.
That's been so long ago now. I think enough time has passed. You really haven't heard any more about it. But I do remember that during her show that she actually built a gorilla or chimpanzee habitat somewhere in Africa. So this is,
I think she's doing
kind of home. Yeah. This hits home for her in a way.
I think she's doing really good things with her money and her fame. I just wish that all those stories out there about her being kind of a poop head aren't true.
Yeah.
Because I really do like her. I think she's funny as shit. And we're not regular watchers of her talk show, but we like, I mean, I know that you watch clips online of hers that are funny stuff. And, we like the Ellen Games, the Game of Games. Is that what it's called? Her primetime.
Yeah, just over the top game show.
Yeah. So I hope this does well for her and Discovery Plus. So we'll see how it goes.
I'm excited about that.
There's one more, right?
Yeah, the last one for Discovery Plus is called Chasing Ocean Giants. It follows Patrick Dijkstra, an ocean cinematographer, whose mission is to reveal the secrets of the ocean's giants, from blue whales to the largest population of orcas.
Orcas and blue whales, aren't they the same thing? know.
You gotta watch it.
I guess we gotta watch it and find out.
But hey, Discovery Plus isn't the only one taking advantage of this month. Apple TV Plus on April 16th is dropping The Year the Earth Changed.
Now this one looks good.
If there was a documentary on this list that I'm excited about watching for Earth Day, it is this one. It's narrated, of course, by the best narrator of all, David Attenborough.
Right. I didn't even know he's still alive.
I thought died last year.
I thought so too.
It takes a look at nature's response to a year of the global lockdown.
Okay, so there's not a lot written on my script, but I watched the trailer for this. Holy moly.
This is going to be good.
I wrote down, we are horrible
We're
people.
Horrible to the planet.
Because
the animals.
What happened in 2020 when we all shut down and stopped the air travel, the shipping, all the horrible things that we do on a daily basis as a people? We allowed things to clear up. There were cities in the country in the world that were so polluted that they couldn't see the mountains that were just 20 miles away, and now they can. I mean, there's so many examples of that, and penguins walking down the street, and deer scampering down people's front yards. It's pretty amazing, and I think this is going to be a really, really fun thing to watch.
I think this is a wake-up call for the human race.
It should be. And you know what? This is not a Democrat thing or a Republican thing.
No.
This is just a human thing.
Yeah.
We're horrible stewards of our planet, and we need to be better.
Exactly.
Which is why I only use paper straws. Right?
We do.
We actually do. We have a whole drawer full of paper straws.
Well, I can tell you right now, The Year the Earth Changed will be something that we watch and we'll have a review about. So
watch it.
You have not heard the last about this. I'm very, very excited about this documentary.
I'm very excited about this next one.
This next one, Paramount Plus, on April 22nd, is going to drop Cher and the Loneliest Elephant.
And this is Cher. If I could turn back time.
This is the Cher.
Yeah.
It follows Cher as she races to Pakistan to help save the world's loneliest elephant, Kavan.
I've heard of this elephant.
And about a year ago, this elephant was on the news. I believe he was part of some circus or some show.
He was chained to a pole and people could take pictures with him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he was just all by himself.
Horrible. People are horrible to animals.
Yes, we are.
And it takes Cher, probably the biggest pop star of all time, to run over to Pakistan to save the animal.
Exactly.
I actually can't wait to see what happens with this. This is on Paramount Plus, April 22nd.
Exactly.
And the review for it, I mean, not the review, but the trailer is literally 10 seconds long. So we know virtually nothing about this story.
I think you do know more if you go back, if you can find the news reports, because this is a successful story.
All right.
Which is, thank God.
I hope so.
Yeah. You just got to get through the beginning to get through the happy parts. Moving on from Earth Month, we just have some great shows that we think that should be on your radar.
On your list.
On your radar. First one is Them, a new anthology series from Amazon Prime Video. I mean, this has all the hallmarks of AHS. It's just like verbatim.
This has everything, y'all. April 9th on Amazon Prime. And everyone's a Prime member, so you can watch this.
Exactly. The first season is going to center around a black family who moved from North Carolina to an all-white Los Angeles neighborhood.
In the 1950s.
Yes. And I knew that, and I forgot to put it on here. Yeah. The family's home becomes ground zero when a malevolent force threatens to taunt, ravage, and destroy them.
Now, you first wrote this down, I said, oh, this is kind of a race baiting thing. It's the white people don't like the black people moving in the neighborhood, which I think is kind of the basis for the movie.
Some of it.
But there's some new supernatural elements in play here.
That's what makes it more interesting. And the part of the trailer, and this will be up where you can watch it, is where the little girl is standing in front of her closet, and all of a sudden she just snatched
into her closet.
Sucked into her
oh my
closet.
God, it looks totally creepy. I wrote down Creep City on my script here. I don't know what the really underlying message is.
Yeah. I think that's great because you don't want I'm sick and tired of trailers.
Right.
Just
giving the whole thing away.
Everything away. Well, basically, you just watched everything that's in the trailer.
I'm very excited about this one. It looks really, really good. It looks really well made, and I love 1950s stuff anyway. Yeah. So this is cool.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, I'm so excited about this next one.
Yeah, next up is called Wall Street. It's going to be April 15th. Premieres on HBO Max.
Wait, can I spell for the people how Wall Street is spelled?
Go ahead. Maybe they get an idea.
It's WALL. WHL.
That's right.
Street.
There's only one Wahl that I know, and it's going to follow Mark Wahlberg on his journey as an entrepreneur, actor, producer, and a family man. This all started filming in December of 2019.
Okay.
So this all is taking place through the pandemic and
Nice.
all the new things that he's going through. I love Mark Wahlberg. I think he does great things. He's a smart man, all the way from Marky Mark all the way to where he is now.
He has done some amazing stuff with his life. He's not just an actor. He's not just an action hero. He's
He's
just
a businessman.
He's not just a singer. He's not just a Calvin Klein model. Yeah, I mean, he's built a burger empire. He has.
Well, that's his brother.
Yeah, well, he's part of it. He
Yeah.
owns part of that company, Wahlburgers. But he's also done fitness companies and apparel, and he produces movies and he produces shows, and he's got all kinds of stuff going on. I'm very excited about this because I love him. I think he's very smart. HBO Max, April 15th. He's also the movie. I know you didn't love the show on HBO, but Entourage, it's based on him and his buddies.
I do know that.
Yeah, so that whole show is based on him coming up as a up-and-coming actor with all of his buddies as his entourage. So he's got his fingers in every pie hole.
Yeah.
That sounds gross.
Yeah, it does.
But he really is.
Next up, and this one's going to premiere a little bit further away than what we're used to talking about. This one's August 6th on HBO Max.
No one's going to remember that.
We're going to talk about it again, lots of times. The Suicide Squad. They're back from 2016. That's when you saw the first Suicide Squad.
With new people.
This is the supervillains have a chance to get out of jail, but only by joining the super secret, super shady Task Force X.
Can you now? When I asked you about this earlier today, before we sat down to tape the show, I said, "Wasn't this already done?" And you said there was the Suicide Squad.
So
this is
2016 was Suicide Squad.
Right.
This one's the Suicide Squad.
How is this different?
Just the.
But it also has people in it, actors that weren't in the first one. Like
exactly. This one's going to star Margot Robbie, Idris Elba, John Cena, Joel Kinnaman, Pete Davidson, and I mean the list is on and on and on and on and on.
Idris Elba. It's going to be amazing. Let me tell you, I didn't like the first one, and I also didn't like the Harley Quinn thing that Margot Robbie did. But this looks, just from the trailer alone, if you believe the 2 minutes that they put out, looks really good.
Have you ever seen the Red movies, the Red films with Bruce Willis? The two films?
Yeah.
It's
kind of looks like that.
It kind of looks like that, but not super villains.
Yeah.
It's just the cast is this all-star cast, and they just kick ass, and that's what I want to see.
And John Cena looks really good in this. Like, the man doesn't age.
Right.
Like, he's got to be like in his 50s or... He's got to be in his 50s. Right. He does not look in...
No.
He's in his 50s in this.
I'm more... Things like this is I'm more excited about the cast than I am about the story.
All right. I'm excited about this.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be fun.
Yeah.
But it's not until August, Dale.
August. We're going to keep talking about it. Hey, we have a news section this week. It's currently dubbed Watch It Again. I think there's a better name in its future.
Well, it could be Watch It Again or Watch It for the First Time if you didn't see it yet.
Exactly.
Or haven't seen it yet.
And basically what we want this section to be are things that are not new, maybe not originals to the streamers, but we think are very good and think that you should take a look at again or for the very first time. And I'm going to give it over to you because this is your jam.
Yeah, and I've been trying to get you to watch this for a while. And I actually think if we had time, and we don't because we're watching 8 million things right now.
Exactly.
Is Battlestar Galactica, the 2004 reboot they did. Man, it now almost 15 years ago. Isn't that crazy? This is just dropped April 2nd on Peacock. You can watch the entire series. I think it's 4 seasons. And then there's also a couple movies that go along with it.
Yesterday it came out.
So this came out originally. Battlestar Galactica was born back in the 70s. It kind of came... It was on the heels of Star Trek, and then of course Star Wars came out, so space stuff was all the rage.
Right.
Buck Rogers, Battlestar Galactica came out. It only lasted like a year or two on network television, but when they redid this reboot in 2004, man, it is one of the best series.
It was a
out
big
there.
deal. Yeah,
it really is amazing. It's so well done. it's such a story. I mean, there's kind of like the emergency of the week, but there's an arc of a story that keeps going. Yeah. And it's one of my favorites of all time. Anyway, so if you have a chance, go back and watch it. But there's another reboot happening. And as of mid-January, it was confirmed that they have done a pilot. It's in development for this new series that's being produced by Sam Esmail. Yeah. It's been developed for a long-running series. They're hopefully it's not going to be a limited event. So they're in the middle of casting it. They're going to film it soon. And we have no idea about exactly when it's going to hit, but it will be a Peacock series, yes. So, I don't know if it's going to be an original. I'm hoping it's going to be a Peacock original that will kind of boost their library a little bit. And I kind of think it is. But it looks like it's not going to be 2021. If they haven't even casted it yet, they're not filming it yet. This is probably a summer 2022 probably thing. Yeah. But I'm very excited about this. It's one of my favorite shows. If they do it well, it could be good. It could be a big. Yeah. All right, before we go, we always end with our weekend watch list. And I think that we have some greats on this. And this first one, very excited. I'm in love with. On Netflix, April 7th, which I believe is that Wednesday? Yeah, I don't remember what day. Right around the corner. Yeah, right around the corner on Netflix. It's Dolly Parton, a MusiCares Tribute. Basically, this is just a how great Dolly Parton is. It's a star-studded evening of music and memories for the iconic performer that is Dolly Parton. And it's for MusiCares. It's the person of the year for MusiCares. So basically, she's sitting in the audience, and all these different music stars are getting up and singing her songs back to her. Yeah. Yes. Because it's iconic music. This reminds me almost a little bit of the MTV Icon series that only lasted for just a handful of years. The best one to date, if you can find on YouTube, is the Janet Jackson. Highly recommend it. It's also reminds me a lot of the Kennedy Center Honors. Yes. Where other people get up and sing the person's songs. As long as it's not a poet or something. Right, exactly. Yeah. So this is going to star Shawn Mendes, Katy Perry, Willie Nelson, Miley Cyrus is in there. Yes, she's in there. Jennifer Hudson, I believe, sings I Will Always Love You. There's a bunch of really great people in there. This is going to be a fun watch. Celebrating Dolly Parton. And I'm hoping that she actually gets up and sings a song too, and I bet that happens that would be great, like a Jolene or something. Although I feel like Miley Cyrus is going to sing Jolene. We'll see. That's my gut. Well, and Dolly Parton is actually Miley Cyrus's godmother in real life. That's true. Yeah, that's right. Kind of cool. Yeah. Number 2 on our list is WeWork, or the Making and Breaking of a $47 billion Unicorn. This premieres. It premiered yesterday on Hulu. The reason why this is on our list, we've talked about this before. We've talked about this, and I feel like that we've had an office in this place at one point or another thing of it. We've certainly been in that world. Yeah, and basically it just explores the rise and fall of this big corporate venture where people would rent little it's office sharing basically. Yeah. But it's more about the leader of WeWork and how it was considered by some a cult. Yeah, he kind of pulled the wool over a lot of investors' eyes. Yeah. So I think it's going to be a fun watch. It looks good. Yeah. I'm excited about this next one, and it's kind of hard to describe what this is. It's called Star Trek First Contact. This is going to be premiering on April 5th, which is just a couple days away. Wednesday. Paramount Plus. This is celebrating First Contact Day, which is April 5th every year. And this event is basically some themed panels that they put together with the cast and creative people behind Star Trek. All the different Star Treks. We're talking all the series, the original series, all the reboots, all the spin-off series, all the way up to Picard and the ones that are happening now on Paramount. And they're basically getting together. It's going to be hosted by Will Wheaton, who, of course, was on Next Generation, and Mika Burton, who I don't think has ever been on. I don't think she's been on Star Trek. But she's an actress. She is an actress. She was on Orange County. Well, no, it wasn't called Orange County. It was called The OC. Yeah. Anyway, they're hosting, there's going to be 6 panels, and they're live. It's starting at 12 noon on Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern. Patrick Stewart is supposed to be there. Brent Spiner, who played Data. They're all scheduled to appear. It basically is kind of half documentary and half live panels.
Yes.
Discussing the world of Star Trek.
It's like a Trekkie convention, but online.
It's very cool. So,
Yeah.
and Paramount does have a bunch of different things that are live. There's live streaming things on there. So this is a live event.
But here's the thing that's different. So Paramount Plus is putting this on. I could not verify that this would be on the Paramount Plus app. However, from what I have found, you go to StarTrek.com/firstcontact to be able to access the panels. Till this day, I cannot verify that it will be on the actual Paramount Plus app, but they are the ones who are putting it on.
Cool. Well,
So I think it's going to be a fun watch.
I think it'll be really fun. We should check it out.
So that's going to be it. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Binge Bum Podcast. If you like this show, be sure to rate us wherever you like to listen to your favorite podcast. We'll see you next week. And of course, happy binging.
Yeah, we got a lot to watch, Joe.